freedom beyond compare. Oh, quicken my mind with currents divine, my heart with total elation. Build in my soul an infinite joy from the blessings that I can share.
Good morning and welcome home to Unity. And it's a delight to see all of you. And we appreciate your presence and those that are online, knowing that we are connected heart to heart and soul to soul. And before we get started today, I also want to express my deep gratitude for all of your prayers for when I was in the hospital in September. Thank you. And if you are a guest today, we welcome you with open arms. In the foyer, on the welcome table, is a welcome packet, which has lots of information about Unity that you are able to take home with you. And if you sign our guest book with your name and an email, we will add you to our weekly mailing of information about Unity and what's going on. And this is a great honor. Our one and only Chris Klostermann, with bow tie today, is our speaker. And thank you, Chris, for wearing your bow tie. You have quite a collection. Chris has been a member since 2012, and he's currently on the minister search team. And I have to quote him right now. He states, "What I've truly enjoyed is walking along each side of you, growing and learning as a spiritual being, having a human experience." Thank you, Chris. And our music, right there. Chance Maynard, Angela Dooley, Tom Z, and Nina Swanson. I don't know, there's just something about our music that just takes us soaring way high. You're welcome. We're going to do our opening statement, but I want you to pause and go to your heart space and say this with deep meaning. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. God, the good, omnipotent. And I believe we have a congregational song.
Yes, and I just have a quick announcement. Tom has gracefully shared all his rhythmic instruments with you, with all of us, and we need him on Thank You for This Day at the end of the offertory, but we don't need him on this song. Okay? Because we don't have a drummer. And so if everybody plays, it's all going to go like, where's the beat? We don't know where it is. So we're just going to sing this one together, right? Okay, let's all stand. Well, we do have a drummer, Tom. Sorry, Tom. Whoa. I know we didn't take that personally. But we don't have a drum kit to really keep that bass, keep us going. Or a bass player. Ready, and...
When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of. start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. I feel that sweet release.
I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. And I feel that sweet relief. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. And I feel that sweet relief.
Give love and I get more love. Give peace and I get more peace. Give joy and I get more joy. Release. Give love and I get more love. Give peace and I get more peace. Give joy and I get more joy. Release. Give love and I get more love. Give peace and I get more peace. Give joy and I get more joy. Release.
And now is the time to sing our children off to Sunday school with our teachers. Yes.
We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God.
We have a few announcements today. So the first is that the Exploring Unity second part class will be in the Sacred Grounds and Books after the service. And the special events team will meet in the Strong Room. So if you want to have some fun, go to that meeting also. And the angel tree, if you have not noticed it in the foyer, is here. It's from Families Helping Families. And these gifts are to support children in foster care. So you can choose one or more of the little tags and to bring your unopened gifts before December 1st to Unity CR here. And I don't know about you, but I have peeked in the women's bathroom, and you will want to do that. The floor is gorgeous. There's new paint, there's a new vanity, and there are things left to be done in the bathroom, but it will be finished by the 24th. So take a peek. Yeah, really. Thank you. And we have a book study going on. That's the book is Alter Your Life by Emmett Fox, and that will run through December 5th. And Joni Cooley, who is not present, is the leads the discussion with that book. Now, next Sunday is pretty special. It's our Thanks for Giving service, or as I like to say, giving thanks. And the board and LULs will do that service, and the board and LULs are also preparing the food. So if you haven't RSVP'd, we would appreciate that so we have an idea of quantities. And on December 1st, the ministry team leaders and the board reps will be meeting. I'm not sure which room, but to discuss the future in 2025 and maybe what has happened in 2024. And today, if you have a prayer request, a joy, or a concern, I am the prayer partner for you today, and I would meet you. Oh. Well, when I looked earlier, the file cabinets were in the prayer room. Now they are gone. So I can meet you in the prayer room. And I believe we have another song.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a song by Janice Stanfield. Let's all stand and sing this together.
I'm turning my stumbling blocks to stepping stones. Turning my stumbling blocks to stepping stones. I'm turning my stumbling blocks to stepping stones. Stepping stones, stepping stones.
Please join me in our statement of purpose. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. We gather to create an experience of spirit. At Unity CR, we offer practical teachings that empower abundant and meaningful living. Meeting you right where you are, we endeavor to provide a variety of ways to support your path of spiritual living. Our mission is to provide spiritual awareness and share the wonder and joy of God's love. The daily word today is prosperity, and from Matthew 6:25 we hear, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing?" I release worry and know prosperity. Perhaps the greatest gift of prosperity consciousness is freedom from worry. It is knowing that as a divine being, I can draw from an infinite storehouse of divine ideas and prosper myself in infinite ways. This awareness helps keep me This awareness helps me keep the things of the world in proper perspective. Like anyone, I will know times of plenty and times of lack. Understanding my prosperity as a spiritual truth, rather than the quality or number of my belongings or the amount of money I have, gives me agency to direct my life. I am prosperous. As I affirm this truth again and again, I grow richer in divine ideas, the building blocks of everything on earth. Let us affirm together that I am prosperous. Join in, I am prosperous.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. You are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace.
Good morning, everyone. I'm getting myself decamped up here. All right. First, welcome, and it is an absolute honor to speak with you again about my spiritual insights almost a year after the last time. Last time was about mid-January, and so we've gone from January now to mid-November. And I've also had the pleasure of listening to the fabulous speakers we've had in between my previous talk in January and this one. And let me tell you, a funny thing happened on the way to the platform today. First, some background. In January, I was a literacy consultant at Grantwood AEA. I knew I was going to give the talk in about mid-January, but a little bit earlier in that month, our governor had given the State of the State address and had explained that they're going to be revamping the AEAs. So I had that going on in the back of my mind for about a week, and as well, I had this kind of like nagging pain as well in the back of my mind. So when I came to give my talk, the adrenaline kicked in. I thought I was doing good. I thought everything was gonna, be fine for getting through the talk and getting through the day. But lo and behold, at that night, I ended up in the ER with shingles. Yeah, so that's how 2024 got started. And the funny part is that after I got out of the hospital, and I, again, just like Barb had mentioned, I very much appreciate people's support, prayers, Susan coming out, especially to be with us. But as I got out of the hospital and I resumed work at the AEA, and we're all basically itinerant, one of my colleagues came, who hadn't seen me in a couple of weeks, and said, "Man, Chris, you're kind of handling this pretty well. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm kind of struggling here." And I chuckled and I said, "Well, I've learned that I internalize stress. And what my body decided to do was first have my head explode and then set it on fire. So I just kind of handle everything all at once." So through the spring and then into the summer, kind of going back to the daily word, and the daily word being prosperity, I was able to land a teaching position as an English teacher at Kennedy High School, thank you, where I am now, and we are trying to get back into the saddle. We're trying to blow 8 years of rust off the gears as I kind of relearn where my students are at and what students are like nowadays. So that's the backstory. That's why when Paula asked me to speak in November, way back in September, I know English teachers love messy timelines, I started to collect some ideas. I started to think about, okay, what could I talk about here? And the amazing part is that my thought process manifested itself in the subsequent talks I heard. So as I started my school year, and I was accepting of the fact that my life went through a radical change that I didn't anticipate, I heard Paula's talk on acceptance in those first harrowing days. So I said, all right, that idea is out. She did a great job. Okay, let's move on. So my next idea was, okay, all of my students then show me, whether they know it or not, in subtle and then also not so subtle ways, the needs that they have. Well, the next time I was thinking about that, and I was thinking that was my idea, Tom Bootsmiller came up and talked about the power of noticing everything around you, in his act of birding. All right, check. Let's move on. So at that point, I was thinking, okay, I need to stop the mental runaway train that happens to me at the end of every long school day, where I come home and my head is just spiraling about all the things I needed to do that I didn't get done, or all the things I now need to do because I now have the next day of school, and how am I going to help this student and that student. And then Bonnie Bootsmiller came up and gave a great talk about where I'm putting my power. So I needed to hear that talk, but I also Didn't get to use that idea. She did a great job as well. That's gone. So November rolls around, and I am starting to really think, okay, what am I going to do? And as a good, nice spiritual kick in the backside, Jan Hartman last week talked about the being in the now. And that is absolutely 100% appropriate because I'm standing in front of you now. And we better have something to say. So I want to give my heartfelt thanks to all of the speakers, especially those that I mentioned that helped me through as I began this school year. And from the bottom of my heart to you, thanks for stealing all of my ideas. Now, the beautiful part, though, the beautiful wisdom of how these talks tracked with my lived experience is that they help me dig down. They help me refine to the core essence what I wanted to share with you today. They took all of the 10,000-foot ideas that I had and then forced me to come down to, okay, what is true for me and what can I share with you as well? So here we go. The first is this. There are no spiritual shortcuts. So I share this picture from Palisades because this is one of my favorite trails from, as you see, the bridge that you cross to climb up to the hill there. But that trail actually cuts across Palisades. And so indeed, it is in fact a shortcut if you need to get from point A to B and you're done hiking and this, or you just want to enjoy the trail and you don't care where you end up, this works. But for us, there are no spiritual shortcuts. Shortcuts insinuate that there is a need to leave where you are and find a quicker way to somewhere else. However, as we know, going back to prosperity consciousness, everything we need is already here and already here. So let's get a bit of a running start at this. Just by a show of hands or knowing nods, how many people have gotten sucked in to those clickbaity life hack lists? Like, lose 10 pounds following just these 3 simple steps. Or add muscle by focusing on just these 3 exercises. For myself, I can tell the power of algorithms because these hacks, plus ones for hair loss, men over 50, and different iterations of the word stamina keep showing up in my feeds. Now that said, one can argue that there are life hacks that truly do make things efficient, like these. And that's okay. Use labels on storage bins. Lay out your clothes the night before. Establish a consistent sleep schedule. It's completely okay to look for and use these types of life hacks to make life easier. That's just using your divine powers of wisdom and order. However, what I'm suggesting is that we use some discernment and time to reflect on whether or not an easy 3-step process is helping us escape a situation and thus robbing us of our own power, or we're just trying to figure out an easier way to get wine out of the carpet. I'm very consciously doing this because I don't know that hack. And the fact that using discernment and reflection may seem daunting at times is itself a tell that it's time for us to use them when we don't want to take time to reflect and to come to that still small voice inside and we don't want to use our discernment. That is the time exactly to use them. As the old Zen proverb states, if you don't have 1 hour to meditate every day, it is best that you meditate for 2 hours. And for myself, I can often tell when I'm in a chapter in my life that is upsetting for me in some way, or something's just not sitting right, or there's just a burr under the saddle and I'm just not working on all cylinders. Because I start to notice what I'm paying attention to. Or I'm starting to kind of notice in my search history that we start to have searches and websites for campers and campsites and great road trips. And especially for myself, then my family, especially my wife Lisa, teases me about bikes. I have 3 bikes, but I believe in the N+1 math to, how many bikes a person should have. But I'm starting to look at vehicles to get me moving and to get me out of a certain situation. One that I often fall into as well is that one. When I've been spending some time there, looking at homes in other states, or I'm looking at different types of homes, I know that there's something that my brain is just trying to escape from, and we're trying to find the life hacks, the shortcuts to get there. This tends to happen around house projects. See? This mid-century modern in Battle Creek, Michigan, has a perfect master bath. Why would we have to spend all the time and effort to fix our own? I can also learn by a lot of the folks who have helped us in our own bathroom remodel that I just need to face it, and I just need to keep facing it. So let's recap. What I'm saying is that it's okay to find hacks to make us more productive, or to lessen our workload in accomplishing certain tasks. But those hacks that promise a shortcut as an escape from a situation may actually be shortcutting our own divine wisdom, our own divine power from working through us, as us, to guide us down our own right path. And spoiler alert, ironically, I am going to give you at the end here, we're going to put a pin in this, but at the end here, I am going to give you the one-step life hack for ridding ourselves of all the rest of the hacks that are trying to pull us apart. So before we get there, let me also talk real briefly about 2 other problems, as I see it, outside of the life hacks themselves. The first is that a lot of these life hacks come to us through our cell phones. Now, as a quick aside, if we had kept this 1989 technology, and this is what we used, extending the antenna up to call somebody and not really having a screen, I don't know how many problems we would have avoided or how many new ones would exist, but that's more of what we've got nowadays. And it's at this point I want to take a moment just to describe out, for those that may not know, the difference between primary audiences and secondary audiences. And I do this with my own students in high school. A primary audience is one in which you are with somebody or with a small group of people and you're in the same room. There is no device that's helping you communicate, no screen that you're either talking into, through, and they're receiving it, or vice versa. A secondary audience, again, just in the opposite of the primary audience, is when you do have some type of device that is using or is being used to communicate. You have a screen that you're communicating through. And it's not necessarily bad. If you've got a friend in another state and you're keeping in touch with them, phones make total sense. FaceTiming, calling each other, that's all right. And there are times, obviously, when we can't be together in a certain spot, and for convenience, we have that technology. That's okay. But there's also a beauty to being in a primary audience from time to time. And sociologists have often thought that we're losing these opportunities for primary audiences as the years go on. But it's still no less important to be able to be in the presence of each other, to be able to see each other in 3D as we are, to be able to hear ourselves and to understand just the slight intonations and the slight facial expressions, our body language, and all of that, to be able to kind of open up all of the channels for us to see each other as we really are. Indeed, as Marshall McLuhan states in his book, The Medium is the Message, and he, takes after me, you just say the thesis right out loud, the medium is the message. And for me, a separated medium delivers a message of separation. And now, page 2. So as you know, and as I've come to learn in this age of the internet, after these decades, the people I see online or giving me these life hacks, they don't know me, and I don't know them. And then, especially in recent years, I'm not even sure they're really people. And I'm still trying to figure out what bots are, but I know that's not people either. But like I said earlier, if you're in a primary situation, you get the experience, or at least you have the opportunity, to communicate truthfully, openly, honestly, and there can be our connection. The second problem is that the hacks themselves insinuate or intimate or communicate in a hidden way hypercausality, that every single occurrence in our lives is a response to a stimulus. Is it? You know, online, the algorithms want you to think that because they're built to trap your eyeballs in this attention economy. If you click on one life hack, they're going to make sure, the algorithms, that you see other common problems and then the subsequent life hacks that go with them, you know, because they want to keep you invested and keep you engaged into the device as a secondary audience. But is everything hypercausal? Does everything have an equal and opposite reaction? If I'm going to work and I have a flat tire, yeah, that's not good, but a flat tire is a flat tire. What I can complain about is bad timing, not that a tire went flat. They sometimes do that. So the allure of this hypercausality is real, and I get it. It is dangerously comforting because if there is a plan, if everything happens for a reason, then I can either assert some control and to introduce a new stimulus for a new and better response, or I can let go of my responsibility, admit defeat, give up my power, because this is just my lot in life, I guess. However, I think Kate Bowler, on a recent episode of her podcast, Everything Happens, great title, another thesis right there, highlights a truth that doesn't get the attention it deserves. If people believe that there is no plan, one might think then that chaos reigns, and what are we to do? What's the point? But as she firmly states that the other side, she firmly states that the other side of there being no plan is not nihilism, but empathy. That I can look at someone who's had a radical life change thrust upon them that they didn't ask for, and I can understand, connected, one-to-one, primary audience, and empathize with them, understand that they're going through similar things that I've gone through, that other people have gone through, and that they've made it through to the other side, will make it to the other side because I have, because others have. We don't need to outsource to a set of steps from an unknown entity how to connect with ourselves and each other. And here is the ultimate life hack. Here's where we have this wonderful opportunity to unlock our power of love. Love for ourselves and the battles we face each day without backing down. And love for each other as we are all connected. In fact, love is all we have and all we need in the good times and the difficult ones. It is the ultimate life hack. From our own Unity website, it is love that looks past appearances to behold the truth of being. It is love that enables us to live in harmony with all our universe. It is love that heals, love that prospers, love that attracts, love that holds, and makes real the good ideas. And divine love is the greatest power in the universe. Thank you. And now let us take this into meditation. Breathe deep. Let your gaze soften. Feel free to close your eyes or to focus on a point just in front. Feel the chair supporting you. Feel the muscles relax. Starting with the head, relaxing the muscles in the forehead and the neck, moving down into the shoulders, releasing tension there, letting ourselves be breathed, letting our lungs expand and contract. Letting the muscles in our legs relax, down through our calves and our feet. We know that we know that we know. We are safe, we are loved, we are divine. Let us breathe into our heart space. Our center of love emanating forward. The universe loves us, and we give love freely and joyfully to those around us. Imagine this love emanating out to the people in front, behind us, and to each side. We're all loved. We all love. Because we are all one. As we continue to breathe deep, we let gratitude flow through. Gratitude is itself an act of love. A different flavor, a different stance. From us to the universe. Let us relax and appreciate being here in this moment together. All is one. We are all one. And for this, we give thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen.
Over my head, I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. In a world that can bring pain, I will still take each chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance. Whatever stones life may sling, we can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
Thank you. And that song in particular reminds me that I need to acknowledge Jean, who was my caregiver during September. And she didn't know she was going to be having that job, but she did it wonderfully, and she also literally saved my life. We bless these baskets and the abundance they will receive. We give abundantly, we receive with gratefulness, and from our hearts we give, again, generously. Please join in our offertory statement. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
Okay, now's the time to get out your instruments. Okay. And the beat is boom, ching, boom, boom, ching, boom, ching, boom, boom, ching, boom, ching, boom, ching, boom. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. I'm so thankful, 'cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friend, Spirit. Thank you for my friend. Thank you for my friend, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My loving, my loving, my loving friends. My loving, my loving, my loving friends. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm so thankful. Oh, thank you. So thankful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. So grateful. Grateful. I am so grateful. Grateful. Oh, grateful. I want to say thank you for this church, Spirit. Thank you for this church. Thank you for this church, Spirit. Thank you for this church. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful 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 church.
From our hearts, we bless these ties, knowing prosperity abounds for Unity CR, our community, and the world. We join our hearts together and say, thank you. To those who have made prayer requests for our beloved, we surround you in peace and love. For those for whom we pray, we enfold you in wholeness, prosperity, and well-being. And we release these prayers on the wings of love. Amen. And here we are at the peace song, so let us stand as we are able and sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth.
Peace
light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever I am, God is.